Good morning and welcome to Crafty Tuesday on yet another lovely sunny day. Haven't we been really lucky? We've had some really nice sunny days and you've been sending me all your lovely stuff in again, and it's been really good to see the stuff as it comes in. And we had some lovely chickens last week. So today, what are we going to do today? Well, we're going to be thinking about elephants. Strange thing to think about elephants this time of year, isn't it? But today's craft is all about elephants. And I've got a few things we can do, and some of them are very simple, and some of them are a little bit more complicated. So we'll start with the most simple thing. And the most simple thing I've got is, you'll find when you go onto our Facebook page, lots of pictures. Nisha's put up lots of pictures of elephants, and I thought you could colour them in, make some lovely pretty colourings. I started this one of Elma and I haven't quite finished it because I brought my felt tips with me, and I thought, well, I might do just another square here whilst I was with you. But it's just a matter really of colouring it in with nice felt tips and seeing how well you can colour in. It's lovely when I get a colouring from you. I think you'll find there's some more pictures. I think there's one, well, I know there's one that's going to be on the Facebook page where it even tells you the numbers to match up the colours. So you can do that, and you send me a photograph of your lovely colouring. So that's one of the things that we can do. The next thing we can do is we could make an elephant out of a paper plate. I've started it. You just need a paper plate like that. You can paint it any colour you like. I've painted this one grey. You could do it pink elephants, or you could do it in multicolours like this, so they could look a little bit like Elma. But you cut it when you've done it. Remember the rules. What are the rules about painting? You paint somewhere where the grown-up in your house has said it's a good idea to paint. You don't paint on the best table, because that makes them a little bit grumpy. So when you've done that, you wait for it to dry. Then what you have to do is you have to cut a circle out round the inside of the paper plate. You'll see it from the other side that the paper plate's got a circle on it. Just cut it out like that all the way round. Just keep cutting round until you've got a lovely circle. I've done this before. I've done it many times before, so I know it works. Cut it out. You've got a lovely circle like that. I did it a little bit earlier as well. And with the bits that have cut off, that's the sort of little bit like that, you can make the ears. So just cut out the bits off like that to make sure you've got ear shapes like that, and you just put them on like that, and you've got your ear shapes. So you can do it. I think I told you last week that I found it is a little bit easier if you do it with sellotape than do it with glue. But you can do it with glue, but you just have to make sure you leave it to dry. That's all you have to do. Sellotape it on, so you've got the ears like that on your elephant. You can see that, can't you? Then the bit that you've got left over is what you can make into the trunk. And my suggestion is that when you look at the bit that you've cut off, it's got a sort of jaggedy bit on it like that, and I cut that off and make it a little bit thinner, because elephants have got trunks like that, and I think you could glue that on. I'm going to sellotape it on now because we want to do it just quickly now, but you can sellotape the trunk on like that, and then you can draw some eyes on there, or stick some eyes on, or whatever you think is the most effective way of putting eyes on your elephant. Draw them on. You've got some sticky things, you can stick them on. You've got them like that and like that, and there you are. There is your elephant. Gosh, see with a big long trunk this elephant's got, hasn't it? And then again, like I always say, make a little bit of a hole in the top. And another thing to hang in your bedroom. By the time lockdown's finished, your windows will be full, won't they, of things hanging up. It's been a Crafty Tuesday. So that's a simple thing you can do. Now the last thing you can do is complicated, and it will involve you using the help of a grown-up. So if I tell you what you're going to need, and I think I mentioned last week that it would be good to save some milk cartons, the plastic milk cartons. So what you need is you need a milk carton. A 2-pint one. You could probably do it with a 1-pint one as well, but you don't want one of the big 4-pint ones, or certainly not one of the gigantic ones. Everything that I'm going to tell you that you have to do now, I've put photographs, or I will be putting photographs on the Facebook page so that you can follow it. But you need to get your milk bottle, and you need to cut the bottom off the plastic milk bottle, and you need to make a shape like that. And you see, when you put the legs in and so on, and you'll see all of that online, and there is the handle of the milk bottle, which looks already a little bit like a trunk, doesn't it? You are going to need a grown-up. So as well as needing a milk bottle at this craft, you're going to need a grown-up at it. And then you're going to put little slits in the side here and there, and that's where the ears are going to fit in. And with a bit of the plastic that's left over from the bottom of the milk bottle, you can cut out the shapes of the ears. So that's all you have to do, and you fit the ears in to your milk bottle carton like that. As I say, you must make sure that when you make these holes that it's a grown-up that helps you do it. Don't go and do it yourself and cut your finger. It would be very silly. Then, this is the bit that you can do yourself. Get some paper. If you have got tissue paper at home, cut it all up beforehand like this into little pieces. If you haven't got pieces of tissue paper, you could do it with other bits of paper. I think you could do it with old magazine papers or something like that, or even wrapping paper if you've still got some wrapping paper left over from a birthday. And you stick, I would use Pritt stick. It's a lot easier to do it with Pritt stick than it is with glue. But if you haven't got Pritt stick at home, then carry on doing it with the glue you've got at home. And all you have to do is, with your little bits of paper, take a bit of paper, put a bit of glue on it, and stick it onto your carton. And you keep going round and round like that with your glue, with your paper. And you can make it all different colours, and as you do that you get the patchwork effect of Elmer. See, like that. There it is. Just keep going round and round like that. You have to do his trunk. Don't forget to do his trunk and his ears. Everything needs to be done. And when it's all covered over, you will have a very beautiful Elmer elephant. It's not really very easy to put it on the trunk. You might need to use quite a lot of glue. You might even find it easier to put the glue onto the trunk first. So you do that, and when it's finished, this was done with a slightly bigger milk bottle, but you'll have something a little bit like that one that I did during the week. I'll just stand him there. So you keep going round and round, putting the glue on and then sticking on the pieces of paper. So that's the last one. So we've got 3 different elephant crafts that you can do today. Don't forget, you can be imaginative. I think you could make elephants out of kitchen rolls and things like that. I look forward to seeing the different things that you've done. You can paint one for me, maybe draw a picture of one. So don't forget, the first elephant is like this out of a paper plate. And then we've got the colouring elephant, which there are lots of them online. And then we've got the rather complicated one made out of a milk bottle. Okay, So it's been lovely being with you again today in our home and having you here. And we look forward to seeing you next week at Crafty Tuesday. Goodbye.